tea's up, Pete.
Nothing like a nice cup of tea.
Nothing like a nice cup of tea.
Nothing like a nice cup of tea. I see they caught that Surrey puma at last.
Really?
Surrey puma captured, it says here.
That ferocious mammal that has been terrorising the Surrey commuters with its unpredictable sallies.
Precisely. The third beast what has been terrorising that lovely part of the Surrey wolds.
Oh.
You know what it turned out to be?
What?
Sheep.
Sheep?
It was a sheep.
Really?
A sheep what got hold of some drugs, become crazed, gone berserk and gone round biting people. It just shows you how incredibly gullible and naive people can be. They see something flitting through the laurels, they immediately assume it's a puma. Whereas in fact there's a perfectly rational, logical explanation, naming that a sheep was broken into a chemist, got hold of some benzodiazepine, and is rushing round the countryside in a state of excitement.
There's always a logical explanation for everything.
There's always a logical explanation, Dad, for everything.
Take, for example, a not dissimilar case, the case of the Loch Ness Monster. Something that has mystified the bearded Celt for trillions of years, Pete. I mean, as far as I can see, there's a logical explanation. The Loch Ness Monster is none other than...
A sheep.
A sheep. No. It is obviously a Venusian submarine that has been lurking beneath the lochie surfaces for quite a time.
You've been reading that Astral Digest again, haven't you?
Yeah. Professor Culper's interesting articles on space and its implications.
What a load of rubbish.
What do you mean?
It's a load of rubbish. There's no such thing as all these things he talks about.
Don't you believe in people on other planets?
Of course I don't. Let me phrase it this way. I have no reason to believe that life exists of any kind on any other planet because I have seen no scientific explanation for it. It's all a projection of people's own psyche. Their own sort of inner feelings and conflicts are made forward in a phantasmagoria in the mind which takes the shape of these extraterrestrial things what people claim to have sighted. For example, take the case of that woman in Arizona.
Mrs. Wainwright.
Mrs. Wainwright. She was in Arizona one day, in the kitchen, she heard a tapping at the door. She goes out to see what it is, open the door, and there it is, a horrible green, long creature, covered in green scales from head to foot, with long green fingernails and bulging eyes.
A Venusian.
Far from it. Nothing more or less than the Arizonan frozen pea person. He is a gentleman who travels round Arizona knocking on doors, and as a housewife happened to have a couple of frozen peas in the house, he gives her a free packet and a night out with Dermot Scrigger.
Well, that is as may be, Pete. But, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that was a Venusian who come tapping at Mrs. Wainwright's door that Sunday afternoon. I mean, you've always been a sceptic, Pete. I mean, I had an experience last Tuesday.
You didn't tell me you'd had an experience.
No, well, I've been bottling it up.
Well, that's the worst thing you can do with an experience, is bottle it up. You bottle it up at your own peril.
Well, I didn't want to tell you in case you laugh me to scorn.
Well, I probably will laugh you to scorn, but go ahead in any case.
I'll tell you anyway. I was cycling along last Tuesday night, about 10 o'clock at night, by the Willesden Common.
Of course you were, Dad.
Of course I was, Pete. I was going along, and it was a balmy night.
A balmy cyclist.
That's a good joke, I like that.
It's not a joke, it's the truth.
Oh, sorry, Pete. Anyway, I was going along, and the clouds were scattering across the moon, and I could hear a tiny owl hooting from a distant cathedral.
To
A sound not dissimilar to the one that just emanated from your mouth, Pete. And I was going along whistling this tune, and Oh for the Wings of a Dove.
A lovely tune. What an oldie but a biggie.
A biggie but a nut. And suddenly, as I was going along, I saw this light flashing on in the middle of the common. So I thought to myself, who's flashing on the common this time of night? I thought to myself, Sunny, I thought,
Flashing on the common.
Flashing on the common.
That time of night.
That time of night.
Owl hooting in the cathedral.
Owl hooting in the cathedral.
Cloud scudding across the moon. You thought to yourself, funny.
what was going on, so I thought, well, I'll investigate. So I lent my bicycle on the country style.
In the country style.
A bit of both, Pete, in and out.
Make mine country style.
Shut up a minute. And I started to pick my way across the spongy surface of the Willesden bog. And as I was going towards this source...
Pray continue.
Sorry, I was having one of my goes, Pete. As I
was... Continue, or shall I go on reading?
I shall continue. As I was approaching this light, I heard a strange... woo.
That was the air coming out of your tyre, wasn't it?
Would that it had have been, Pete, but no. I approached the light and I parted the fronds and horror of horrors...
Oh, Dolly.
I saw this saucer-like object and I heard this strange hypnotic voice coming from within. Dad, climb upon this saucer and fly away with me. Oh, please come on to Venus and have a cup of tea.
A Wordsworthian outburst.
A Shakespearean strain, Pete. So, I delved my way into the aluminum Venusian depths of the saucer and suddenly I blacked out, just like that. And then the next thing I knew, I was waking up and I could hear the sound of rockets. And I was descending onto this strange, illuminated surface. A planet I'd never seen before in my life, Pete. And people I'd never seen before.
Earthling.
Where am I? And who are you?
This is the planet of Dad Peter. And I am a superior being. So watch it.
For what scientific purpose am I here?
We brought you here for one reason. Superior beings though we be, we are a dying race. We are becoming extinct. Because you see, the larger our brains have got, so have our other powers diminished. And this is why we brought you up here, for reproductive purposes. You are to be a stud, Dad.
My talents are at your disposal. Convey me almost immediately to those fabulous females who lie trembling from our terrestrial touch. Allow me to tamper tenderly with their outer spaces.
You're out of luck, mate, completely. We only have two forms of life up here. There are dads and there are Petes. Lo, the survivors of our race.
Oh, blimey.
Right, are you ready to breed?
Oh, yes, let reproduction commence.
Right.
England. How does it float like that?
Well, we've got two little bits of wire there, you see. There's a bloke up there with a fishing rod. That's what makes it possible.
Oh, I see. Hello.
Right, now, for breeding purposes, place the nose against the bowl and concentrate on a little Pete, right?
Right.
Go. Concentrate.
Concentrate.
Do you feel everything coming yet?
My nose is starting to twitch.
Contractions are beginning.
Oh. Oh, dear. But... Oh, look at that.
You bloody idiot, that's another dad. That's not a Pete. I bet a dad, a fat lot of bloody use you are. Destroy it.
What you talking about?
Get back to the planet where you belong, Earthling. We've no room for tricks like you up here. Get back to Willesden. Get off into your saucer. Take you away from here. Go on then.
I should cocoa, you inhuman monster.
How dare you say that to a superior being? Well, I never. Ready for takeoff? What a load of unmitigated cod's udders.
Oh, what do you mean? You didn't believe me?
Of course not. The only thing that rang true was that I was a superior being. The rest of it is obviously a projection of your disturbed psyche.
Well, I have proof.
Proof? Let's see it then.
Exhibit 1, the original Venusian breeding bath.
That's a goldfish bowl you bought last Tuesday. It's still got the 1 and 6 on it. You got it down the market.
I didn't.
Where's the dad then? Show me the dad.
Well, the dad had to go invisible, otherwise he would have perished with the noxious gases on the Earth's atmosphere.
What a ludicrous explanation. There's nothing in there.
Oh,
Look,
yes,
I'll
sir.
pour the tea in on it, see what happens then.
No, don't. Sorry about that, Dad. He's feeling a bit peckish now. Give him a bit of tapioca pudding or something. Dad, you come along with me, mate.
Blimey, I've got a loony in the house.